Hello, my friends. We are at the second part of day one for 1-2 Flex. Today, or sorry, this evening, we're going to be going into a little bit of a posture reset. So we're going to be completely on the ground today. No props needed. I'm just double checking what we're working on today. No props are needed, but if you want something like a pillow or a bolster or block for when we get to the part where we're seated at the end of class, you are more than welcome to have it around. But like I said, that's optional. So yeah, no props. I want you to be hydrated though, and I want you to have your mat out. So I'm going to come back onto my mat, and we're actually going to start off in our tabletop for this little bit of posture reset. Yeah. All right, so just to remind you, friends, as we go through, I'm not playing any music because, YouTube copyright. And of course, we're going to do our best to make sure my mic is audible. So come into tabletop with me. So like I was saying this morning, we want wrists over top of shoulders or underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and we can roll up our mat for our knees or add a pillow, or we can walk our hands a bit forward for our wrists. So I'm going to make sure I'm pressing into the tops of my feet. My fingers are nice and wide, pressing into my finger pads, knuckles, and base of my wrist, not just the heel. Okay, I'm going to bring my shoulders up to my ears, roll them down and back along my spine. And again, as we do this, just let the spine move along with it. Try to keep it fairly neutral. Breathing nice and deeply. All right, 2 more. Last one, we're going to switch directions, pulling the shoulders forward, down, and back around. Good. Just looking to get some nice movement in the upper back area, which is really where we look when it comes to posture, because of course the upper back actually has a lot more mobility than the lower back. All right, let's do one more. Good. We're going to bring our big toes together. Knees are going to come nice and wide. I want you to start sitting it back. And you're going to walk your hands forward, fingers still nice and wide. You can bring your forehead down. I'm going to move my mic here actually. And what I want you to really do is push in to your hands, okay? I want you to keep your shoulders engaged. You can let your forehead come down to the mat if that feels good. And you can think of rounding your tailbone into your belly button here. And just breathe and hold for a little bit. Keep pushing into your hands. Good. I'm going to slowly bring my knees underneath my hips. Maybe walk my knees back a bit. We're turning it into a puppy pose. So the arms are going to come forward. We can bring the forehead back to the mat. If it feels okay, you can bring chin to mat, but I'd be cautious about that, okay? So if you're not quite sure, just go forehead to mat, pulling your tailbone up to the sky. We're trying to think of our legs 90 degree-ish. Okay, and just keep reaching forward. Think of your shoulders, your armpits, and trying to touch the ground here. Good, we're not gonna hold too long. Just go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to slide it forward. And we can actually come into a Sphinx pose. So for Sphinx, elbows underneath shoulders, forearms parallel, hands pressing into the mat, curling the shoulders up, rolling them down and back. The neck is nice and long, and we're pulling your tailbone in to the ground, pressing the tops of our feet into the ground. I want you to just take a nice deep breath or two here. Good. Lower your chest down, and we're going to adjust our hands. You can keep your hands where they are or walk them underneath your shoulders. We're going to come into a cobra. And remember, you don't have to straighten your elbows fully. You can keep a soft bend in them, whether they're forward or underneath your armpits. I'm going to tuck my elbows in, and we're going to start with the head looking up. The collarbone will follow. We're really going to lead with the collarbone now. Lifting the chest up, keep pushing the tailbone into the ground. Maybe we start using our arms and extending only as far as it feels comfortable. Okay, so you don't have to have your elbows straight. We are pulling our chest forward though. Breathing into it. One more breath. Exhale slowly, slowly. Lower down. Take your time. Good. From here, we're going to turn it into a prone pec stretch. So this is my right hand. I'm going to keep it underneath my armpit. My left arm is going to extend out in line with my shoulder, palm down. I'm going to drop my head down towards my right hand here. I'm going to bend my right knee, and I'm going to travel this right leg across my body. So I'm kind of coming onto my side here. Okay, so I can readjust my hand, readjust anything, but I'm basically coming onto my side. My right foot may be touching the ground. It may be hovering. If it's hovering, keep pulling that knee back and down as best as you can. You let your head rest. If it feels safe to you right now, you can close your eyes. Keep pushing into the ground with that hand in front of your face. And we're looking for a bit of opening on the left side of the chest. Good, just breathing deeply. On the next exhale, slowly, slowly unravel yourself back to center. And we'll switch sides. So now my right arm extends in line with shoulder, left hand underneath my armpit. I can drop my head down to look at that hand. Left knee bends. Pick it up, travel across the body. Again, the foot may touch the ground. If it can, cool. If it's hovering, that's fine. Think of pulling the knee back and down. Again, if it feels safe to you, you can close your eyes. And just breathe deeply here, kind of letting gravity do the work of this stretch. Good, one more breath. On the exhale, slowly unravel yourself. Bring both hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your chest, lift your hips. And we can come into a seated position here. Bring the mic back to me. And when I say seated position, whatever feels comfortable for you. You can go for a narrow V, butterfly, cross-legged, whatever feels good. And I just want us to start doing a couple shoulder shrugs. So bring the shoulders up to the ears and drop it. 2 more times. Good. We're going to bring the arms open into our goalpost shape. This is one of my favorite stretches for the upper body. We're going to bring it back, let the chest open, maybe arch a tiny bit. Inhale. Exhale. Forward, let it round. Again, inhale, open. Exhale around, bring it together. 2 more. Good. You can bring the arms down, find a neutral spine, just like we did in the beginning, in the morning class here. Drop a right ear to right shoulder. This time I want you just to bring your hand beside you and just take a moment of rest here. Bring your hand back to your lap, roll chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, bring that hand down. Hand flap, chin to chest, slowly roll your head up. Final move, we're gonna do some bear hugs. So I'm gonna open my arms nice and wide, take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, I want you to grab towards your shoulder blades, maybe round your spine a bit, tuck your chin in, maybe give a little wiggle side to side. Find the center, gently release, open up. And again, opposite arm on top now. I think I just did the same arm, that's okay. Good. And gently release your arms down. Give them a quick little shake, a little shimmy. That does bring us to the end of our second 1-2 flex class. Of course, you can let me know how you're feeling, how you're doing after our first day. Tomorrow, we're going to get into the hips, if I'm not mistaken, which will be nice and juicy, and oof, I need them today. So tomorrow, I will see you at what time it will be, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'll see you again in the evening for our 7 p.m. session. But of course, you're here for the live stream now, but you can also catch the recording. But thank you so much for joining me for our day 1 of 1-2 flex. As I scoot forward, I hope you stay hydrated. I hope you get some rest. And I will see you tomorrow morning.